Boogie, drop that beat.
Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Talking Out Loud with Miss Talkative. Everything I say is my own opinion, alleged, and strictly entertainment purposes. Remember, I'm just talking out loud. Please like, share, subscribe, comment on the video, let me know what you think. Y'all, Carlos, I don't think he's protecting the, well, I do. I think he started out protecting the Scots because he liked them, and he was saying that the Scots reminded him of his who Tisha reminded him of his mom, stuff like that. I think he initially started out protecting the Scots because they had already started filming, and he probably didn't have time to get other cast to replace Scots 1.0. So initially, I think he probably thought as time went on that he would give the Scots a chance to open up about their life and their business on their own without him having to force them to. He probably wanted them to get comfortable. But I believe that as time went on, the real Carlos started to seep out, and he couldn't help himself. And as Melody fan base grew, and because he wasn't able to control Melody, and he wanted Melody to stay with Martel, and he couldn't keep Melody in line. So he aligned himself with Martel, and he needed to keep Melody with the pain and suffering that she was going through with Martel. So they incorporated the Scots, and the Scots was on board, and I believe Carlos was the ringleader, pulling the strings of the Scots and helping them, and in exchange for giving them things or pointers to do and little antics to go after Melody with. In exchange, the more they did for Carlos, the more they got a chance to hide their real life. And as time went on, it got worse and worse. So now, in my opinion, Carlos needs the Scots because the Scots have done so much of Carlos' dirty work towards Melody and probably other things. And plus with this huge lawsuit of Maurice's against the content creator, and it was probably Carlos who was giving Maurice pointers on how to handle it and what to do and stuff like that. And even though Maurice probably went too far on his own, he went left field on his own, it was probably initially Carlos that put him on to doing something like that. And where they were like, okay, let's act like we're going to try to create a storyline for you, because people are always saying that they've never seen you in court, or they've never seen you practice law, but you're supposed to be this whole lawyer. So what Carlos did was had Maurice come out and make a statement threatening content creators. And because Maurice is such an arrogant person, but don't know what he's talking about, he was, instead of him just asking the people to take the video down and have some back and forth content, or wait until they actually take it down, he needed a moment so they can create him a storyline. So he was under the advisement of Carlos, because he stated, I spoke to Carlos about this. I got Carlos' advice. So Carlos probably advised him, yeah, get up there, do your lawyer talk and stuff like that. And Maurice went left, threatening the content creators. And then so he can create the storyline, he went a step further by pulling up their information. And regardless if Carlos told him to do it or not, Carlos initially put this battery in Maurice's back. And so now it has exploded to the point where he's in a lawsuit. And Carlos is, even though Carlos is not in the lawsuit, once they get to talking about what happened, and On say, walk me through this, and they sit down and have a conversation with Maurice, and they say, how did this happen? Because if they have to pay out anything, trust and believe, some head's going to roll. And it's going to be more than just the Scots. So I believe that Carlos is protecting the Scots because he knows doggone well, if it get out that he initially put the battery in Maurice's back, some more things are going to come out about what he's been doing on set and trying to attack Melody. And Carlos' career could be done in reality TV altogether. So I believe now Carlos has himself in a pickle with the Scots to the point where he has to protect the Scots regardless if he want to or not, because you got Dustin praising the Scots. You got Funky Dineva coming out windmilling for the Scots. Somebody that has said that he has not watched the show in years. And when Melody had made the statement that she's coming for the puppeteer, Funky Dineva came out and apologized to Melody. It's like, okay, so in my opinion, that was because they don't want Melody to go back and give her assumptions on what happened. Play nice with her so she could think we're on her side. So because we need her for this show, and two, we don't want her to go spilling the beans on what she know about what Carlos has done. Because just because people don't say anything doesn't mean that they don't know what's going on. Because if we can smell a rat, then I'm quite sure Melody, being up close and personal, she knows as well. She probably don't know to what degree it is, but I believe she knows something. But like I said, Carlos, I believe that he has he don't have an out with the Scots. He has to protect the Scots, and he has to help the Scots, because I believe the Scots got a hold on Carlos. And so to keep that going, and the same thing with Martel. That's why Carlos let Martel do whatever he want to do and go after Melody. Had Melody not put the boundaries in place, put her foot down after the Las Vegas trip, since y'all can't keep him away from me, I asked y'all not to be paired up with him, and y'all did the exact opposite. So now I'm going to put my foot all the way down. He can't film with me at all. And that really did hurt Carlos's show, because now Martel, even though the Scots and Carlos are cool, Martel and Carlos are also cool. And the Scots really don't want to film with Martel, and Melody don't want to film with Martel. Who else is Martel filming with? So Carlos, if these people get to talking, Carlos is done. And even though it seems like Maurice is in way more trouble than Carlos, I believe that Carlos, in the end result, is Carlos has more to lose than the Scots if the Scots get to talking and telling what it is, what's really been going on behind the scenes and what Carlos has been doing for them or telling them to do. So I believe that Carlos, he need the Scots. He need the Scots to shut up, which is why he rides so hard for the Scots. And he knows Kimmy, she may be a pick-me, but he knows that Kimmy is always Team Maurice. So he knows he better keep Kimmy happy, because Kimmy is going to sling like a chihuahua. But I don't know. What y'all think about this? This is just my opinion. I'm just talking out loud. Please like, share, subscribe, comment on the video. Let me know what you think.